In case many of you may not know who Kamala Harris actually is, there are two different versions of her if you ask her people. There's one that was the DA, and then there is one who was the VP. Some might even give you three. She was a senator. In none of those equations will you ever get the real Kamala Harris. However, you can find out who the real Kamala Harris is out of her own mouth. We're going to be showing you two clips. And in these clips, you'll hear exactly what her plan is. Now, when we've been telling people that she is a communist, we weren't lying. It's out of her own mouth. In the one clip, you'll hear what she is capable of doing, what she learned to do at the age of 22. And then in the second clip, you'll hear what she has planned to do when she was running in 2020. And when you watch both of them, we'll come back and discuss exactly what you saw.
I learned, I think I was, I don't know, 22 when I started that work. I learned that with the swipe of my pen, I could charge someone with the lowest level offense. And because of the swipe of my pen, that person could be arrested. They could sit in jail for at least 48 hours. They could lose time from work and their family maybe lose their job. They'd have to come out of their own pocket to help hire a lawyer. They'd lose standing in their community. All because of the swipe of my pen. Weeks later, I could dismiss the charges, but their life would forever be changed. So I learned at a very young age the power. I will snatch their patent so that we will take over. And yes, we can do that. Yes, we can do that. Yes, we can do that. It's the question is, do you have the will to do it? I have the will to do it.
Now, in that first clip where she was mentioning that she was 22 years old, learning that a stroke of a pen, she could take away someone's rights, she did exactly that. As her time in DA, she did exactly that. She, by the swipe of her pen, took away people's rights arbitrarily for misdemeanors, and she basically treated them as though they were felons. And you want to know what the secondary clip was about patents when it comes to people doing research on medicines. Now, I know her defenders are going to come and tell me, oh, if you get government money, you should be able to have the government dictate what you got to do. So here's the problem. If you decide not to take government funding, you still have to go through the government for approval via the FDA. Either way, they hose you. What they really want to do is to try and governmentalize everything. She has even said as much. They want to be able to rely on government for the basic needs and for the big needs. This particular thing that she's talking about, they did pass in 2023 under the guise of what you might, when you read it, you'll understand. They'll say, it's for if you price gouge, if you price too much. They seem to have an affinity for control. And if you listen to them long enough, you'll see why they want that control, because you don't need to be thinking. You need to be a lemming. And as long as you're a lemming, they win. What happens if you buck the system? Well, all they have to do is weaponize the DOJ to go after you. They have us monopolized unless we fight back. And we can. Constitutionally and via the Declaration of Independence, we can indeed fight back when the government becomes tyrannical. We are there. We are officially there. We've been there for about 3 years now, but too many of us just sit back and allow it to continue. This upcoming election, if there is one, will be the most, in my opinion, the most pivotal thing to ever happen to the United States since the Civil War. What many people may not understand is what is at stake. They tell you that your freedom is on the ballot, but what they don't tell you is that your freedom is on the ballot to give to them. What they try to sell you is that someone else is trying to take it away when that's not reality. Anyone trying to control your purse, your bag, your wallet, do not have your freedom in mind. They have your control in mind. If you give it up, it is only a matter of time before they take rights too. And when that is gone, you'll have no recourse. You'll have no more ways to fight. You'll have no more ways to rebel. And you'll have no more ways to tell them to shove it. I, for one, am not waiting until we get there. while I still have breath, I'm going to say exactly what needs to be said to the people that needs to hear it. And those who don't have ears to hear, well, I guess you won't hear. But for those of you who are in the fight for the remainder of your life, I will tell you this much. Things are going to get way worse before they even remotely try to get better.